recite? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the singing of our state song, "I'll Kentucky Home." I'd like to welcome you to the 18th Annual Patriotic Program with JCTMS, Jefferson Traditional Middle School. It's our hope today that we will inspire you by what you'll be inspired by what you see and hear. And before I go any further, Ms. Reed, our principal, I would like for all of you to pause for a moment and remember her. She's had a family emergency today and has to leave, so kind of stuck with me instead of Ms. Reed and I together. So I apologize for that, but I told Ms. Reed that we would carry on in the JCTMS tradition, and we'll make this the best patriotic program we've had ever. So our program today is designed to inspire you to be grateful for this great nation that we live in, grateful for the freedoms and the liberties that we have living in this great nation. This past week, we just experienced one of those liberties when we chose president and leaders for our country. So we're very fortunate to be living where we are, and we need to take the time out of our daily routine and recognize that those freedoms and those liberties came with a price, and people sacrificed to protect those. So our focus today is gratitude. We are grateful. We're grateful for our great nation. We're grateful for our freedoms and our liberties, and we're grateful for those who have served to preserve and protect those liberties and freedoms that we are privileged to have as American citizens. So I'd like to point out to you that there will be a slideshow presentation to go along with the selections of music that you'll hear. And Ms. Hollifield, are you in here? Ms. Hollifield is going to introduce a special guest.
On behalf of Mrs. Reed and the faculty, staff, and students of JCTMS, we want to express our appreciation for our guests and visitors in the building this morning. Martha Sullivan, a retired JCPS teacher. Alicia Everett, Evaluation and Transition Coordinator, Area 3. Todd Beasley, Minister of Education at Parkland Baptist Church. Pam Flights, Music Specialist for our district. Martin McAllister, a Korean War veteran, U.S. Navy. Francis McAllister, a retired JCPS teacher. And we also would like to take just a minute to express our appreciation to all of the staff members and others that have a part in planning and preparing for this program, particularly Susanna Lindsay, who took charge of our PowerPoints and other arrangements, Terry Howell, Eileen Spencer, and Nikki Martin, who helped with the reception of our guests, Robbie Wolf, who is working sound and lights for us today. So thank you all. We appreciate you taking your time and to be with us here today and enjoy the wonderful music and performances that we're about to hear.
Be
Master Sergeant Brett Dew. Master Sergeant Brett Dew's hometown is Louisville, Kentucky. He is a graduate of Moore High School. He has been in the military for 21 years. His current assignment and position is Recruiting and Retention Superintendent for the Kentucky Air National Guard. Our speakers today, just to let you know, there are 3 of them, and they are all from the Kentucky Air National Guard. I don't know if very many of you know. I'm going to take a little side note here. The Air Force is kind of special to me now. I don't know if very many of you know that my daughter married an airman this summer, so I'm taking advantage of the fact that I'm pretty close to the Air Force now. So our speakers today are all from the Air National Guard, from the Kentucky Air National Guard, and Master Sergeant Dew is our first one. So welcome to JCTMS. Looking forward to your
First, I would like to say thanks to the staff of JCTMS for actually having us here today. So far, the program has been absolutely wonderful and fabulous. And thank you to the students for being so well behaved so far in the program. So I know that's hard for young men and women at this age. So some of the things that I'm going to talk to you about today is how wonderful it is to be in a nation like we live in. The United States of America, the best country on earth, a country where we are able to go to school, pick our friends, pick the activities we want to do, and do it freely in a manner that you don't have to worry about anybody telling you that you can't go to these places or you have to be fearful for doing certain activities or going to certain schools. And that's a wonderful thing. The program today about being gracious and thankful is very important, because what you'll hear from many of us that have been in the military or are still serving in the military is that many of us have been all over the world, and we have been to places where young men and women like yourself were not able to make the choices that you all can make every day. As mentioned earlier, we just went through the election earlier during the week, and which is a big thing, because again, there's so many places in the world where people cannot make the decisions about who the leaders of the country are going to be as we can do here in our great nation. I've been all over this world to many different countries, and I've seen young men and women like yourself that don't always know if there's going to be food tonight, food tomorrow, or food next week. That's where the part of remembering how grateful it is, how wonderful it is to be in a country like we live in. Never forget that there are so many people across the world that can't do what you're doing here today, sitting and learning and having the opportunity to learn as much as you want. It's just a wonderful opportunity, and never forget it. One thing that I will say before I get off the stage about many of the men and women you see in uniform, those that have served in uniform before, as we move here in the next couple of days in Veterans Day, in the celebration of Veterans Day, we're grateful and happy to be able to serve this nation, to be able to provide protection and over the values that we hold as important in this country. To make sure again that you all can go to school and choose who your friends are, and choose what activities you will be in because, again, there's so many places in the world where they can't do that. So when you see young men and women wearing these uniforms, give them a thanks, but just remember, we sign up for these jobs so that we can continue to provide freedom to this country, so all of you all can go about your daily lives and have fun doing it. And we are just truly blessed that we can do this every day. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I've been doing this job for 21 years, and there's, for me, no greater job than wearing this uniform and representing the United States of America. And before I go, I would like to say hello to the best niece in the world, Destiny Combs, who's sitting out there. Sorry for embarrassing your niece, but I had to. All right, so you all enjoy the rest of your program. Again, thank you all for having us here today, to the faculty and staff. We're just truly honored and blessed to actually take this opportunity to come out here and talk to you all today. Thank you.
First Lieutenant Jessica Ellis is formerly from Terre Haute, Indiana. She now resides in Louisville, Kentucky. She's been in the military for 8 years. Her current assignment and position is the Joint Force Headquarters in Kentucky. She's in the Emergency Response Force and a logistics officer. She has an education, a bachelor's of business administration. And I apologize, Master Sergeant Dew, I forgot to mention that you have a master's degree in business administration. Please accept my apologies. But now, we would like to hear from Lieutenant Ellis.
I just wanted to thank again the faculty for organizing this, and to the choir and band, you guys sound outstanding. It was just great. And also to the ROTC, you may not realize the time that they spend practicing, presenting in the colors, making sure the uniform looks great. So if they're still out there, they did a wonderful job. So to go along with the theme of being grateful to our nation, I just wanted to speak to an experience that I had in the military. In 2009, I was able to deploy to Iraq as a medic. So my job was to load all of our patients off the Army helicopters or the Air Force C-130s, take them to the operating room or to the emergency room based on their condition, and then we would get them stable enough to get them out of war and back home to the States. So not only did we work on soldiers, Marines, airmen, but also insurgents, many of which would try to hurt us right before that, and a lot of Iraqi civilians, many of which were children your age, who were either ill from the horrible living conditions or intentionally harmed by, a lot of times, their family members. So that has just made me extremely grateful for the upbringing that I have and the living conditions that we have here in America today. And once I returned, many of the soldiers that we took care of went back to Iraq and then later on to Afghanistan. So many of which had families and children your age missing out on football games, dance recitals, just the everyday activities that we take for granted. And some of these folks never made it home. So this has really changed my outlook and made me more appreciative of, sometimes we complain about going to school or going to work, but a lot of people don't even have the opportunity to do that. So I just wanted to speak a minute to that experience because it's really changed my life. And I just want to leave you with this quote from John F. Kennedy. As we express our gratitude, we must never forget that the highest appreciation is not to utter words, but to live by them. So as we celebrate Veterans Day this year, and as the holiday season is approaching, I just want you to appreciate the time that you have with your family and remember that a lot of people don't have that luxury because, as our president has stated, to all of them, to our veterans, to the fallen, and to their families, there is no tribute, no commemoration, and no praise that can truly match the magnitude of your service and your sacrifice. So like Sergeant Dew said, if you see men or women serving, you can thank them, but just know that we do this because we want to. So thank you again for having us. We really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your program.
The service songs to honor our veterans. And if you are in the military, I want to give a shout out to Miss Euler because we put the Coast Guard in this from last year. So we found out she was in the Coast Guard. So and anyone else that's in here that you served in the military, when your song is played by the band, if you would stand. If you have family members that are in the Army, the Navy, Air Force that are currently serving, and you would like to stand in their honor since they can't be here with us today, you are welcome to do that as well. So we give you Armed Forces on Parade. call your attention to the slides. The band is going to now honor our armed forces with a medley of the hymns from each of the branches. We're going to do the Army hymn, the Navy hymn, and the Air Force hymn. And you're going to see pictures and slides of veterans and folks that are special people around here, and their branches are listed there. Major Robert Geary. His hometown is New Albany, Illinois. Time in the military is 22 years. His current position and assignment is 123rd Force Support Squadron Operations Officer, and he is a Master's of Military Operations in Arts and Sciences. Major Geary.
How you doing? This has been an absolutely fantastic program, and I consider myself very honored and blessed to be your guest here today. All of you guys have been great, but I tell you what, choir, you guys rock the house choir. All of you guys have been great, but that song, I Have a Dream, I just felt a little tear kind of in my eye right there. This year's, well, actually first, I got a little group. I love team, okay? I love team activities, I love team group stuff. So we're gonna do a group activity here, okay? All right? How many people know what a Jody call is? Anyone? Mr. Beasley, you cannot answer. Okay, how about like a cadence? If I say, how many people know what a cadence is? Okay. A cadence or jody call is one of those things where you got like an officer or senior enlisted person, and they're running with a gaggle or a group of folks, and they shout out something, and as they shout out something, the group responds in an echo. It's kind of like a call and response. So we're going to do a real quick call and response here. All right, so it's going to go something like this. We'll just do this first line together so that way we get this whole thing. So I'm going to say, hey there, what do you say? And you guys are going to say, hey there, what do you say? Awesome test run, okay. But I want it with a little bit more gusto, okay? A little bit more gusto, okay? So here we go. Hey there, what do you say? Hey there, what do you say? I'm proud to live in the USA. I'm proud to live in the USA. Through and through, red, white, and blue. Through and through, red, white, and blue. I love this country, how about you? I love this country, how about you? Oh, yes, sir, yes, I do. Oh, yes, sir, yes, I do. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, hey, I'm going to give you, because I believe in total efficiency here, I'm going to tie up in about 5 minutes a lot of things that is applicable to your learning right now, okay? You take notes right now. It will also help you in your collegiate studies, for those of you that are pursuing higher academic learning past the high school level, okay? The first thing, and some of these folks don't teach you this in business class or in high school, but leadership. The first rule of leadership that I have always learned that served me well is to identify super talent and surround yourself with that super talent, okay? Because then you end up making yourself look good because you've got a lot of smart subject matter experts around you. And so that's what I did here today when I brought Lieutenant Ellis and Master Sergeant Dew with me. I identified super talent, and I had them come up, and of course they spoke before me, and wow, what a great job they did. So let's give them another round of applause. All right, the next thing for your writing classes, okay? This is the secret. Write it down, memorize it here. This is the secret to get A's in all your composition classes from this point forward, okay? I want you to know this, okay? First, in your outline, you're going to tell the person or the audience that you're speaking to what you're going to tell them. Okay? So you're going to tell them what you're going to tell them right up front. And then you're going to tell them. And then at the end, you're going to tell them what you just told them. Okay? And that's the secret to great writing, especially for your collegiate courses. Okay? So this year's Patriotic Program is all about being grateful, being thankful, and also paying tribute to the veterans. And thank you, band, thank you, orchestra, for paying tribute to our servicemen and women. Greatly appreciated. I'm thankful to be an American for 3 reasons here. I'm going to tell you, it's because we have rights. And I think Master Sergeant Dew did a wonderful job talking about that earlier, but I want to touch a little bit on it. The defense of our freedom. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And our opportunities as a nation. Okay? So I just told you what I'm getting ready to tell you. And now I'm going to tell you. Okay? All right, you following along? Taking notes? Okay. We have rights. In our Constitution, and there's a numerous of them, but I just wrote down a few of them that I personally treasure. We have the right to choose our own religion. We have the right to say what we feel and express who we are as individuals. That's the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression. We have the right to assemble and the right to petition. We have what Master Sergeant Dew and I think Mrs. Wolf, she kind of articulated. All of our moms and dads, those of us that are old enough, we just exercise the very most important right that I think that goes far too granted in this country is that right to vote. We have these rights. There are second and third world countries that do not have that opportunity for their people. They just don't. They're told what to do. They're told that you can't express yourself. At a very early age, a lot of the guys and girls in China are identified at a very early age on whether they're going to be future Olympians or not. At a very early age, and they're put into kind of schools for that training. The rest of them, if they have not identified you at a very early age to do something specific for their society, then you go to work in the factories and in the common labor markets. We don't subject our people, our kids, to that here in the United States. This choir sang that beautiful song, a version of I Have a Dream. And in America, you can, if you want to dream it, you can dream it. If you want to pursue it, you can pursue it. It's not an entitlement, it's just you have that right. And you have, if you put the ambition, and I've always lived by this, and it served me well, is that if I want something hard enough, perseverance a lot of times wins out. Attitude a lot of times will win out over aptitude. I can be the smartest person in the world, but if I sit there doing nothing, I'm going nowhere. I gotta get up, I gotta go, I gotta make it happen. But the beautiful thing about the United States of America is that you have the option. If you want to go, you can go. All right. In the preamble, my second major bullet, in the preamble, it says that we will provide for a common defense. We currently have a military that's second to none, and I thank God every day that we have the military might that we do to protect our freedoms. But freedom isn't free, and this is kind of a little somber moment. I want you to think about something. In the first 100 years of our existence, we approximately had men and women, 683,000 people die for this social, or I shouldn't say social, but this experiment called democracy. Okay? 683,000 gave their lives for that symbol of freedom, that flag, to be able to once again express themselves, to be able to pursue their passions, to be able to worship who they wanted to worship. In the second 100 years of our existence as a nation, another 626,000 people gave their lives to maintain that that flag could still fly free. And you folks can wake up every morning. What's your favorite TV show? What's that? Okay, I heard SpongeBob. What's another one? Okay. I think you get my point. You guys have the opportunity. You have the opportunity to wake up, put your pink or your blue favorite slippers on in the morning. Go grab whatever you want out of the pantry as far as breakfast. Turn on the TV, watch whatever you want to watch. You get that option to do that. But all of that was because of sacrifices laid down over and over and over again. And currently, in our current war between Iraq and Afghanistan, we've had 6,631 of our men and women serving and also folks that have coalition partners have passed away. Does anyone know the seating capacity of Papa John's Cardinal Stadium? A hand. One hand. You, sir, right there. Yes. Yeah, you. Turn around. Yes. You want to give a guess? What is it? No. Way over. You, sir. No. You're getting a little bit warmer. You, young lady, right here. Yes, you, in the blue. Oh, no, it's way more than 1,000. Let's come over here. Okay, you, young lady, right here. How many? Oh no, way more than that. Okay, you sir, over here. Yes, you. Oh, you are so close. I'm gonna give you another guess. You're a little high. You're the closest yet, though. Oh, you're a little low. 56,000. 56,000 people. Okay, so I'm making this point here. I want you to have mental imagery of what the price of freedom has meant in our existence, in this democracy that we have. 56,000, y'all pass Papa John's Cardinal Stadium at least a couple of times in a year, right? Y'all know where Papa John's Cardinals, you know how big that is. Okay, 56,000 people. For the folks that pass away to secure freedom, that would be 24 football stadiums with those folks filling every one of those seats. 24 football stadiums. That is a lot of people. Freedom isn't free. As my compadre, Lieutenant Ellis, said, and Master Sergeant Duke, the folks that wear this uniform, we gladly take an oath and we gladly sign up for this job. I've got 2 kids at home, and I love wearing this uniform because I have an opportunity to be a part of something greater than myself and to make sure that he and all of you are given the same opportunity that I had when I was growing up. And let me tell you, this kind of dives into my 3rd bullet, okay, which is we have an opportunity. A little bit about myself. Growing up in Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. I'll just put it this way. I didn't have the diversity in my educational process that I see here today. And I love it. I tell you what, I think as a kid, I missed out on a whole lot because I had a lot of kids that looked just like me. And had a lot of the same cultural backgrounds. United States Air Force changed that for me. I got to meet a whole lot of cool, unique people while serving. But I sit there and I see all you guys, and I see that song because we've had some ugliness in this nation, I'll tell you. But the beautiful thing about it was that in America, we rose above it. And we had an opportunity to take in the differences, listen, we grow through that experience, and through that experience, we become stronger. That's just one man's opinion. Just one man's opinion. Well, I think you share my same opinion. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I love you, sister. Thank you. But America is a place of hope. And America provides an opportunity like no other nation. And I pray God continues to bless this nation and allow us to be, as Ronald Reagan said, that city on a hill, that beacon of hope for all the other nations out there. When you see a veteran, please do take the time to just say thank you for all the liberties that I get and you get, because America's a beautiful place, and you guys are a very beautiful group of kids, a wonderful student body. I have been blessed to be here today. So, to wrap things up, because I got to complete the circle here, all right? I told you the secret here. So I told you what I was going to tell you, and then I told you. And I'm going to summarize by telling you again that I think America is a neat place, and why I'm grateful to be a U.S. citizen, because we have rights. And we've got folks that have given their lives for those freedoms and have secured it, and I'm thankful for those individuals who lay down the ultimate sacrifice of their life so we can have an opportunity to enjoy a place where it's not automatically given to us, but we have an opportunity to be who we can be and be all that we can be. And that's all I could ever ask for. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
Lieutenant Master Sergeant, do you come for a second?
In just a moment, we're going to listen to our finale, which is a combined presentation of all our performing groups this morning. I want to take just a moment to acknowledge Mr. Gibson, Ms. Curtis Jones, Ms. Wolf, and Mr. Powell's work with their students and their efforts for President's Day. We are grateful for all your all's hard work, and I am eternally astounded by the talented kids in this building and teachers and what they're able to bring to us every year. At this moment, we are going to present our three speakers with a little token of appreciation for being here today. Master Sergeant Dew, Lieutenant Ellis, Major Geary, again, thank you very much. We are grateful for all you do. Thank you for being here today and for your organization. Immediately after the finale, we're going to dismiss by team, so please remain seated until your team is called.